I'll keep it quick. I'll keep it quick and succinct for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So here is what I have to say. I think that people clutched on to their YT fragility. I think to see a highly educated Black woman was really challenging. And we see that with the rhetoric in terms of she's word salad, she's not educated, all of that is really just designed to denigrate Black women, especially highly educated Black women. And I just think it really comes out of that unconscious bias and confirmation bias. I think a lot of YT people, for whatever reason, they just refuse to see that racism exists, that misogyny exists, and they want to clutch onto that emotional comfort. And unfortunately is going to be their downfall, I believe. So that's all I have to say.
Well, I will say that, look, it's always always looking for other excuses as well, that it's something other than what it is. Most times, the most obvious answer is the correct answer. And yes, you are right in that. That was a big part of it. I don't believe it was all of it, but we live in a very racist and sexist society. That's the God's honest truth.
What is going on, guys? Hey, I want to come back to it. I wanted to bring a story about how the left, they cannot stand to look at themselves, look in the mirror, think, you know what? We are causing our own problem. The reason we lost is because of us. Again, we promised all this stuff, and we came in office, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, 4 years ago. And right away, we took down what Trump was doing at the border. We made Kamala over it, and we destroyed everything. For three and a half years, we had people just coming across in droves across that border. And we did nothing about it at all. As a matter of fact, we denied it. And then, about 6 months ago, we started to say, you know what, we gotta campaign. So again, we're going to campaign on blaming Trump for all this, and what we can do to minimize the blow till we get reelected. And it didn't work to blame Trump. We saw that on Tuesday. It didn't work, and they had nowhere else to go because people were saying, "Why didn't you do whatever over the last 3.5 years to shut that border up?" Again, Trump's last year in office, just over 450,000 encounters at the southern border. And Biden's first year, Kamala's first year, 1.8 million. We have truly got to understand these folks are playing you for fools. And they were playing their own people. And people started to wake up. They started, well, wait a minute. I mean, Trump, for the first time, in 20 years, won the popular vote. So that means over half the country agrees with him, or at least agrees with him more so than they agree with Kamala Harris. But again, the left, they can't anything. They can't look at themselves for anything. They gotta blame white supremacy. They gotta blame racism. They gotta blame, homophobic people or misogynist men or whatever. They get to blame somebody else. They can't look at that mirror. And again, they're gonna call over 50% of this country racist. But I'm gonna stick up a clip from the Young Turks Network. And this is Anna Gasparian, who has kind of gone right over the last so many years, and has definitely over the last so many months, kind of come out as somewhat more conservative than she was. But I'm going to stick a clip of her saying again what I'm saying right now. Watch.
I also think there's an issue with the way, liberals feel free to just demonize white people in general, right? Like, it turns people off. And if they're constantly told over and over again that they're the enemy, they're everything that's wrong with this country, every bad thing that's happened here is because of, the white European settlers and the white people who were here. Like, if one party is telling them they're the bad guys and they're not wanted and they're the root of every problem in the country, do you think that part of the electorate's going to vote for you?
She's 100% right. 100% right. Again, you can't demonize 60% plus of the U.S. population and the majority and do it for too long. Again, blame them for everything and forgetting that without white European settlers, there would be no America. There would be none. Again, the greatest country on the face of the earth, yes, we had slavery, but so did every other country. And again, I'm not making it okay, but I'm saying that Americans and English, the British, again, they sent warships to stop slavery, stop the slave trade. Again, we didn't start anything, but we stopped it. We stopped it. And again, it doesn't make it right, but no one alive today had anything to do with slavery on either front. But again, we have to demonize white folks. We have to demonize the people that founded and built the country. Again, you're going to lose. Eventually, you're going to lose because, in the beginning, you might be able to make people feel guilty or, again, I know quite a lot of and I hate to say this, man, but pussy white guys that say things like, yeah, we did do this wrong. We did do that wrong. We did do that. What did you do? I guarantee you did nothing. But what you're doing is you're virtue signaling to these folks saying, you know what? Yeah, we're good guys. See, we hold ourselves accountable. Yeah, accountable for what? I mean, exactly what? And again, you have people like Anna Kassarian who are waking up, who understand, hey, they didn't do this. Again, not saying everything was okay in the past or whatever, but they didn't do this. No one alive today. And we have to take the good with the bad. Again, bad things happened years and years ago. Sure. Just like bad things happen now. But good things also happen. And you forgot the good things that happened. But I want to show you guys a clip from CNN of Van Jones. And this was from election night. Right around the time that they figured out that Kamala lost and that Trump won. And it was Van Jones gives a little speech and you'll hear it in a second. But again, kind of the start of this blame racism, blame white folks, blame for Kamala's lost. Listen.
I do see it differently because I'm thinking about the people who are not a part of anybody's elite who are hurting tonight. There are African-American women who know a little bit about being talked down to and know a little bit about having their economic dreams crushed, who tried to dream a big dream over the past couple of months. And tonight they're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt. And they were hoping that maybe this time, one of their own could be seen as worthy. And once again, they were facing rejection. And that hurts. They thought tomorrow morning they're going to walk out with their shoulders back a little bit, maybe able to breathe for the first time and feel like they belong someplace. They did everything that they knew how to do. And it's going to be harder than it should be tomorrow for them to hold their heads up. And they're not the only people who are hurting tonight. If you're a parent of a trans kid, your child's face was used as a springboard to power for somebody. That doesn't feel good. There are going to be people tomorrow, we're going to be handing clothes at the dry cleaners to people who don't have papers. There are going to be people who are going to be cleaning your teeth tomorrow who don't have papers. And they're terrified tonight.
And guys, I'm sorry about the background being so dark, but we lost power a bit ago. But the fact of the matter is, this country is not racist. It's not. You know, I'm not saying there aren't some racists out there. I mean, of course there are. From all sides, especially from Black and Latino and whatever, especially. But, you know, there are racists out there. There are. But the fact of the matter is, man, we're not a racist country. We're not. If we were, we would not have voted for Barack Obama twice. And again, it took a lot of white support to get him in. It would have had to. I mean, white people are majority of the population. So again, they voted Barack Obama in majority, including popular vote. Now, the fact of the matter is, this country is not racist, but saying, oh, you know, because you didn't vote for Kamala. Because again, white women, you know, didn't vote for her, you know, white men definitely didn't vote for her in big numbers. So they're racist. No, they're not. They disagree with her platform, with her ideology. And again, she is a continuation of Obama. Which again, a lot of racial stuff started under him. You know, again, we have Black Lives Matter that formed under him. You know, we had Trayvon Martin. We had Eric Gardner, Michael Brown under him. And again, things were not handled well at all. The fans of racism were definitely fanned under Barack Obama. Really pushed. And again, a lot of white folks are looking at that and they're like, you know, no, we're not going to. Because again, she is a continuation of the Obama administration. You had Barack Obama and Michelle Obama out there campaigning for her. And again, she is also a direct link to the Biden administration. And we saw what happened at the southern border right after Biden took office. And again, she was made in charge of that southern border. And they repealed everything that Trump had over that border. And again, we saw what happened. 450,000 encounters his last year in office. 1.8 million their first year. So again, we had to truly understand what happened. Guys, I want to show you a clip from the Wicked Witch of the West, Maxine Waters. Watch.
That your party should have learned?
Well, the Democratic Party worked very hard, and they raised, substantial sum of money. We had great candidates, and so Trump had a following, basically generally led by whites. White males voted in big numbers. He had a few from the other race groups that joined in, like the Latinos at 45%, and black men at about the same rate that they did when they voted for him before, at about 20%. That combination won. And so it is not that Democrats did not work hard, did not do a great job. We had an unusual situation where we had a black woman, which this country has never seen before. A combination of all of those things led to his win.
I will not push back on the idea that race and sex matter in American politics. I think they do. I don't know that it was the controlling variable, and you don't suggest otherwise. To me, it seemed to be that the Democrats thought Trump stinks is enough. And Senator Bernie Sanders said something that reminded me of you, which is why I wanted you on the show tonight, Maxine, which is Democratic Party used to be, we are all about doing for working people. That's what we do. That's what Mario Cuomo's party, that's what Maxine Waters' party was. You are now seen as not that, even by Bernie Sanders.
Guys, we got to remember this country was founded and built by a bunch of white guys from Europe. Again, we're not racist. Nobody's racist. We bent over backwards to show people, the white people, to show others they're not racist. You know, again, I'm not saying there are some that are, but majority of them are not. As a matter of fact, they will give away the house to show the world, oh, look at me. I'm not racist, right? I'm a good person. I'm one of those good white guys. Again, it's about how they look. And the fact of the matter is, man, we need strong white people that are not going to be forced into believing that they are the problem. So white people are the problem. Again, that's the way to control things, manipulate things. And it's been working for a long, long time. And Maxine Waters, again, is somebody that pulls it out to use it to make white people feel guilty, number one, and make black and brown people feel like, you know what, you're right. Damn whitey. Yeah. But again, they benefit from living in the greatest country on earth. And they literally, there's no laws in the books at all that discriminate against anyone or allow for discrimination except against white folks. So, again, we got to remember the guilt has been so strong in the white community. We've allowed ourselves to be put down, marginalized. And it truly is what has happened. I mean, again, you can say whatever you want about white folks, if you're black, whatever you want. But if you get on TV or you get anywhere and you try to say something about black people, oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, man, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks.
You son of a